Okay, so what I wanted to cover was to see the same anatta and dukkha using a simile. So, Pena Pindupama Sutta helps in getting that. I don't know. Okay, sorry. So, let's understand the whole concept. So, now, yesterday, we looked at what is anatta and anitya in its true sense. So, there is no issue. One second. So there is no issue as such. Yeah, Sachin, if you can mute your mic. Okay. So there is no issue regarding the saying anicca as impermanent or making because it's made as anitya or anatman, no self, instead of atta. It depends on at which frame we are trying to look at. So if we were to go by the Paticca Samutpada, then you cannot make it as Anitya nor you can make it as Anatman. And if you're going by Paticca Samutpanna with two links, and then you can definitely make that as Anitya and Anatman. Because if I say that I am born and I am going to die, so there can't be any Atma there, because if there is an Atma, it can control it. It can say, oh, you know what, I don't want to die because I don't want to be born again. So if there is a thinking in anybody's mind that an Atma exists, so Buddha says that there's nothing called as Atma which is existing, because the Vijnana arises and passes away just like the other aggregates. So it is from the sense of Paticca Samutpanna. So first we need to penetrate into the Pachaya Sutta. Okay, so again, to repeat what how the practice is going to be, is that first I have on the sila. Now what we are talking is panya. All of this, that is penetration, going deeper, getting to know what is anicca, dukkha, anatta, and all of that is panya. It is not samadhi. Yes, Sachin, you wanted to say something? No, okay. So basically, what we are handling is panya. So if I don't have sila and if I don't have samadhi, just trying to understand this is going to be a futile attempt. Why? Because the mind cannot stay on real experience of anicca. Neither it can experience anitya. Both are non-experienceable in that account. And none of us as of now really have experienced dukkha. We know what is dukkha, but are we really experiencing dukkha every moment? Not about, like one of my Dhamma friend, when I was at his home in Sri Lanka, he was saying that maintaining a wife is a dukkha, going to the work is dukkha, having children is dukkha. I said that is not dukkha at all. That's a very, it is better than some other dukkha, this dukkha, but it is not what Buddha is trying to say, that this is dukkha. So we can't put relationships as dukkha, even though it is yes, but that is part of dukkha dukkha. It's got nothing to do with the dukkha what Buddha is talking about. So sometimes we get into a misunderstanding because we are not able to go into the sila and samadhi to experience panya. So most of the time when we read something, we get wisdom, but that wisdom is not the right wisdom either. It's not a proper wisdom. So in the eightfold path, there are two other things: samma jnana, samma vimukti. On the other side of it, you have michya jnana, michya vimukti. Both exist like that. When it is yoniso manasikara, it becomes samma. When it is ayoniso manasikara, it is michya. So when I get, yes, 1 second, Aryu. So when I get to see that this is my jnana, this is my wisdom, the question comes, is it a proper wisdom or an improper wisdom? So if I am just relying on one tripod, one leg of the tripod, and the other two broken in some aspect, and I place this camera like this, it's sooner going to fall down, because with one leg on a tripod, I cannot connect it. Yes, Harry, go ahead.
Now, I'm just curious, how could Micca Vimutti work? I mean, with Micca, you cannot go to Vimutti, right?
If you read Mulaka Sutta, there is a mention of that also. What happens is that if a person does not have Yoniso Manasikara, he might get into a wrong assumption that he is realized and not realized. Realized happens as Sotapanna, but he is liberated. He can get into that Micha. Okay. Now, how and why? So it happens this way. I read something. I'll give you a very practical example so that it makes things more obvious. So I used to go to one meditation center some years ago. Okay, they had made it in a very nice way and making it as a pyramid. So you can sit in the pyramid and meditate, and supposed to be good. So you watch the breath and all that. Few years ago, due to one of my friend who is a translator of Osho books, I got an opportunity to meet that person, and he was saying that in his past life he was Ananda and he was serving the Buddha. Okay, so he got into this false, what I can say, he felt he is. Now nobody can change that viewpoint. Now if you read the text, nowhere Ananda or Buddha or anyone have rebirth. If that was true, and then the Tipitaka wouldn't have happened. That means the Sutta Pitaka itself wouldn't have been there, because the rule of the game of Mahakassapa or Purana Kassapa is that a person should be an Arhat to attain the first Buddhist council. Yes.
I'm just curious, is this piece of the story in the sutta itself, or this is something?
Which one? Which piece of Sutta?
This story that it required to be arhat to be at the first council. This
It's there. No, it is there. It is there in Attakatha. So if you read how the first council has happened and all that, it is there, and it is there in various places. So it is a known fact that there were 499 arhats and one shot, and it's all about Ananda, how he became an arhat. If you go to that section, and then you will find it. But irrespective of that, let's say forget about that. So can an arhat have rebirth? If yes, and then the whole thing falls down, right? It either shows Ananda was not an arhat, right? And hence this this whole thing, what we are trying to do, is proven to be futile, because nobody can get liberation. Right? So that means no Moggallana, no Sariputta, no Ananda, no. And in fact, in the Jinapanjara itself, it is there. Why go so much of circle? Rahula Ananda is 1 year, Mahakassapo Nama. So that's it's there, no? The right and left. Why would somebody put then, if Ananda was to have another life, why it should be there? The reason why I'm bringing this is not to defame anyone or anything, but sometimes the mind takes this turn that I am indeed liberated, not verifying through the sutta. So the testimony is not with someone, the testimony is in the sutta. And there is a sutta in DN26 or MN26. It talks about how one should test an arhat, right? And it lays steps. Dite dite mattam, sute sute mattam, mute mute vattam, vinyate vinyate mattam. Like that, there is a complete list of things that a person has to prove before the council can say that he is an arhat. So now what I have to do is, if I were to claim I am an arhat, I should be able to prove on all those grounds what is there in the sutta. First to myself, forget about others, first to myself. So I might get into michha vimukti due to michha jnana. Okay. So these things can happen if we don't have any foundation. So I keep on telling one of my friend who keeps on coming to my home is that any person in life, if we are going on spiritual path, if I think that I'm going on spiritual path, should have a necessary foundation. And the foundation is something which you can able to prove through that document itself. If I am saying something which is my own interpretation or my own version or my own concept of it, it doesn't meet the purpose. So now coming back to the point, anatta, anitya, anitya, like that. This problem has surfaced because of my own interpretation. Simple. Whoever was at my own, that person's interpretation about, it looks very familiar, anicca, yeah, it in Pali, anicca. So shouldn't be anitya in Sanskrit? Yes, it is, because many of the words resonate with Pali in Sanskrit. So why not have it? Oh, beautiful. And then why not have anatman in place of anatta? They both looks the same. Yes, absolutely. But it is wrong. It's not wrong. It is correct. But the situations are different. One is on the paticca samutpada, another one is on paticca samutpanna. Yes, Ari, go ahead.
I'm wondering when exactly was this confusion arisen? Did it arise in Yogacara or some even before that or somewhere around that
It
time?
is somewhere around 2 or 3 common era. Yes, Yogachara system is 1400, so it is much before that. Okay, now coming back to this topic, what I wanted to place before you is the Pena Pindupama Sutta. The reason being that I have thought about this morning is that it still has Atita, Anagata, Pachupanna, Ajjatta, Bahida, Olarika, Sukuma, Hina, Panita, all that 11, which you should get rid of it using a simile. And that will make you experience what is real anatta. Not in case of anitya, but anatta. So you have to now see how far your sati is developed. And that will tell you how far you have reached from the sotapanna state. Okay. Now you don't have to get doubt that whether I'm a sotapanna or not. You are, because you are able to understand the Dhamma, which clearly shows that you are a sotapanna. So there shouldn't be any argument, discussions, or worries, or whatever it is to say that, am I a sotapanna or not? That need not be the question. But if the question is, am I anagami or not? And that this sutta will help to unearth for ourselves. Because this were attended by all kind of people, all kind of bhikkhus. Some were already anagami, some were arhat, some were sotapanna, some were sakragamis, no puttujana. This particular sutta, when he took people onto the Ganges to show what it is. So before I go into the detail, I would like to read out the Gatha, which is the most important. That's where you get the gist of anicca, dukkha, anatta. Okay, so let me start on that. So he says, Phena pindupamam idam rupam vedana bubulupama marichupamancha sanya sankhara kadalupama maya upamancha vinyanam desita dicha bandhuna. The important aspect, what we are going to be covering on anicca dukkha anatta is vinyana. Please remember this. And in the Puttamamsa Sutta, he says that one who understood Vijnana, he doesn't have to do anything more to do because he's already either crossed over or he is an anagami. Okay. So he now says, Yatha Yatha Nijhayati. Jhaya is the root word for jhana. If somebody says that I shouldn't get into jhana, they should first read this. Yatha Yatha Nijhayati. Now I will say that I'll close my eyes and sit. The next line says, Yoniso upaparikhati. So it's not about just sitting with closed eyes and just be done with it. No. Rittakam tuchakam hoti. So you then see the ritta and the tucha in that. We're going to go to each one of them, so don't worry about it. Yonam passati yoniso. I then say, this is yoniso. Imanchakayam arabha. Bhuri panyena desitam pahanam tinnam dhammanam rupam passata chadditam. Ayu usma cha vinyanam. This we have covered. Ayu usma cha vinyanam yada kayam jahantimam apaviddo tada seti parabhattam acetanam eta disaya santano maya yam bala lapini vadako esa attako saro yathana vijjati evam khande avikheya bhikkhu aradhaviriyo diva ya yadiva rattim sampajano patisatto jaheya sabba samyogam kareya saranathano chareya dikta sisova pathayam achyutam padam ti. Okay, now let's go line by line to understand what we are going to deal with. So these 4 lines we already know, but still I will say. Phena pindupamam rupam. So if you say anything as a rupa, it is a lump of foam. So the nose hole and the mouth hole, ear hole, or whatever we are trying to do as Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Akasa, all taken together like a soap and water. At that time, they used to go to the river to see the lump of foam. Now you have soap water, you have washing machine, so you can put the soap in the washing machine and you will see the shape. Don't put clothes. Just put the soap powder, water, you get a nice foam. You can create shape now. If you want, you can create a head and a torso and whatever you want to create, you create. Vedana bubulupama. So now looking at that form, what you have, you start to have a feeling. If you make it a face and eyes and ears, just like during Christmas, we make some nice Santa Claus on a snow. There is no Santa Claus, but the way you decorate that, at once gives a feeling that Santa is indeed watching. Isn't it not true? With that red hat and doing a lot of things. But the only thing which is missing in that is a chetana, which he covers it there. That means there is no life into it. Otherwise, it looks as real as it gets. That is, if I create a mannequin, that's all what this is. So, what am I feeling about that mannequin? So, there's a movie, but the original song is from a band called a Starship, and they have Nothing Gonna Stop Us Now. You have watched that song. You'll see what I'm trying to say. It gives you the magical illusion of all the mannequin coming into life. So there's an old song of Starship, and the song name is Nothing Gonna Stop Us Now. That's a very nice song also. And that song has been taken in one of the movie. And I don't remember the name of the movie, but it's there. Now this feeling, that is the feeling of I, the feeling of whatever this is I'm seeing, is like water, rainwater, if you want to take it, or a bubble. It just bursts. So one Vedana comes, it bursts, and next Vedana comes and bursts, and next Vedana comes and bursts, and next Vedana comes and bursts, like that. It's like water falling down and it bursts, keeps on bursting. And because it is bursting, what happens? Let's say I am standing in rain, getting all wet. But I have a problem. The problem is I like the rain. So the same raindrop which is falling on me gives me a presumptuous notion that I'm enjoying the rain. So one person like me who loves playing in water and I love rain. So now I feel that, wow, what an experience. I would love to get drenched. Another person who hates rain or getting wet, he always thinks about carrying an umbrella. Even though it is sunny, he thinks that no, you can't really predict and the rain might come. And if it comes, it pours. So let me take a umbrella. And he is very watchful. He doesn't want anywhere the water to drip and fall because he hates that. Now that is getting a dukkha vedana. Even though the rainwater doesn't have any sukha vedana, in my case, another person's case, a dukkha vedana. Rainwater didn't carry that. So the bubbles are not carrying any vedana. Now there's another person who doesn't care. He is indifferent to it. So neither he experiences sadness due to the rain, getting drenched in the rain, or doesn't enjoy the rain. Like if you go to Bombay, one place where you can have a torrential rain, and you are in a local train, or like instead of tube train, it's a local train. So you stand and when you get down in the station, it's pouring. Now you have only one choice, to run or you walk. And you can see this. People run for cover. Those who hate the rain will run for cover. Those who love the rain, they would enjoy. Now, did the rainwater, those bubbles which are hitting on the body, have any feeling whatsoever? Vedana is bubulupama, marichupa mancha sanya, all perceptions. That is, having a perception that is a mosquito, to and having a perception that this is vilas, is the same. Maricha, mirage. Why? No matter how much I try to catch Vilas, in this life, I will not find him. I will find a body agreeable. I will find some ideas, opinions, that is feeling and perception would be there. But can I find Vilas? No. I can find the hairs. I can say it is Vilas hair. I can find this t-shirt and I say this is Vilas t-shirt. And instead of calling Vilas, 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 I can say it is my t-shirt. It's making sense as a first person. And I can make Sachin as a second person and Aryu as a third person. So in the very grammatical structure, I can create that when I'm talking to one-on-one, it means the first person is talking to the second person. If it is one to many, we can have first person, second person, third person, fourth person, like as many people as we can. So we can set a one-to-one relationship and we can set one-to-many relationships. So when I am talking about Sachin with Sachin, I'll say you. Are you married? I can't say are we married. That looks absurd. The three people are there. I can't ask this. Sachin, are we married? And Sachin will say, what? Are we married means we are not gay, right? I'm sorry to ask you, but you seem to be going in a other direction now that we have LGBTQ as well. So now that's not what I meant. I meant, are you married? And then he replies, yes, I am married. Or I am not married. There's only two answers he can give. And then I come to the third person. Hey, are you married? And you have this again becomes one-to-one relationship. Even though there is three people. Right? So when we say we, it means many. And we have another problem. India becomes she or America becomes she. Why female? Why a country, how a country becomes male and a female? Like India doesn't want to participate. What is India to participate? Who is India to participate in a summit? India is not participating in Olympics. What is Olympics? It's a game. Okay. Game of what? And what is India got to do with Olympics? You see this fun. This arrangement where you perceive India as a human being and Olympics as a human being gives you that identity that, I am now stable in India because you are an Indian. When no such Indian exists and no such American also exists in the first place. Or no continent as a continent really exists. What exists is land and water. It's not American land or an Indian land, or it's not an American water and Indian water, or a Chinese water, or whatever that we can put. So this mirage nature is very difficult to find, but if you find it, you will stop it. So the example is giving is beautiful. He says, Mari chupa manchavi sanya. What's a sanya here? Now, I can go one step further. In India, they not only make it to be a human being, they make it personalized. They make it like a god. So then we go to one step further. We say, Bharat Mata ki Jai. Mata is mother. Bharat is India. So let us hail India. Hey earth. Hey India. Hey this. Hey that. So the person starts to search for this mother who really does not exist. It's like searching for Vilas who does not exist. Now, this exorcism which has happened, meaning I have cannibalized Vilas in the sense that there is someone and that someone has to be found. And that perception starts this: who am I? Because I need an identity now. I am not happy with this identity called as Vilas. Why? Tomorrow I can be called something else. I know that it's danger, but I don't know how to come out of a danger, which is what Neva Sanya Na Sanya Ayatana is. So basically, Sanya is a mirage maker. Okay, I'm not Vilas. I understand. But then what is this body? This is my body. How? No, from the time immemorial I'm seeing my body. Okay, good. How did you see your body? Through my eyes. So that means eyes are perceiving, right? So where is the perception then? The perception in the six senses. Nowhere else. So now I'm going in circle between the perception and the rainwater bubbles feeling, which is conditioned by the form. So this is what these three things are. So it's a good analogy or a good example, good illustration what Buddha is giving. Just see this. Don't worry about anything. Just see this. Can you get a mirage nature thing as yours? Like when I was traveling along with Naveen and Sachin, many times, I don't know how far they have seen that. Many times on the road, there used to be something like a water vapor while Naveen was driving the car. I could see that, how that looks like water and no water exists. Due to the sun and that curve, it seems like water. Basically, that is what this is. So if I know that mirage nature, then I'm released. Just keep on looking at that perception. So Sanya Vedayita Nirodha. So first you have to do the Sanya Nirodha. What is Sanya Nirodha? This mirage nature of things. So everything is mirage nature. And then you get into disillusionment. Because you have broken that Nitya Sanya. And hence it is Anicca. Because you have seen the mirage nature. And hence you are not taking it as real. So now you see the Anicca nature. How? You see the progression of decay. And you can't catch anything over there. Oh my goodness. So there was no Vilas, but the body has been deteriorating and nothing can be done about it. And everything is deteriorating. So Udayangama Attangama, we are able to see. So Udaya is sunrise and Attangama is sunset. So we are able to see the sunrise and sunset. In sunrise, you can't say anything. In sunset, you can't say anything because they both are from a relative point of view. From the relative point of view, if I see I was a child, from a relative point of view, now I am a middle-aged person. Of that relation only, which is the mirage nature of things. So you have to relate. So you have to bring in theory of relativity. From that standpoint, this looks real. But from the previous standpoint, can it made real? No. From the futuristic standpoint, can it be made real? No. From the current standpoint only, you can say this is real, which is a perception. It's a perceived reality than the actual. Yes, Sachin.
So, if you want to use some English word for anicca, what would it be?
That is a problem we have with English. So this problem can be solved by saying it is impermanent, rather than saying not as per one's wishes, one's choice, and this and that, and so many. And people keep fighting whether this is anicca, this is the right word, and that is the right word. So what they have put is they have taken the paticca samutpanna and they said that okay, whoever did it, I really appreciate him. But I don't know whether he knew that it is something to do with the paticca samutpanna. But if he has known it, it's the best thing. So the word is correct in terms of making it impermanent, because from the two standpoints, from the relative standpoint of birth and decay and death, it's impermanent. You can't say permanently I'm dying, nor you can say you're permanently alive. In that case, it is impermanent. Okay. Yes, Aryu.
I'm just in Chinese. It's two word. It's no constant. It's that non-constant. I think
Non-constant,
it's,
yes, which is equivalent to impermanent.
Yeah. Well, I guess constant has a slightly different meaning.
Slight
than permanent.
better meaning than impermanent. I agree with that.
Yeah. So
But
It's
that
not
is wrong.
constant.
That is wrong. If you take a Pali word of that, it's called dhuva.
Adhruva.
It is adhuva. It should be adhuva, not anicca. So I'm telling you,
Saswat, Adhru and Anicca.
yeah,
Three words are used.
yes. So Pali and Sanskrit has no single word like what is put. It's so compact and so perfect that no other language, not even an Indian language, can meet it except for taking it as it is. Meaning in the language, if it is anitya, we also say anitya, but we can't define what is anitya.
Yeah, so like many words used by Buddha cannot be defined in any language.
Yes, you can't. Like vibhuta, it's a beautiful word. If you understand vibhuta, you have understood the entire Buddha Dhamma in just that word, vibhuta. And bhuta vibhuta, that's even more funny word. Bhuteshu vibhuta. It becomes a very intriguing question that, okay, what is vibhuta? Now V plus bhuta. So you see how much we have to struggle. Now first and foremost, you need to know what is bhuta. Like yatha bhuta jnana, he has put bhuta there. What is bhuta? We put seeing things as they are. What is it? What do you mean? All these days I have not seen the things as they are. I am seeing it is India, it is Bangalore, it is I am sitting in my home. I am seeing things as they are. No, that is conventional reality. It is reality, right? Conventional or no conventional, it is reality. So why then I can't say Loka is Satya? Because it's conventional. Yes, why not? Yes, it is. How does it remove Vilas from me? All documents say I'm Vilas. Even the passport say I'm Vilas. Yes, Ari.
Yeah, I'm just thinking the mannequin example you're putting, or any statue, is a very good representation, because when you're doing the statue or making the model, it's nothing. But then as you make, suddenly it's like a human.
Yes.
Right? So this
it comes to life.
It comes to life. That this, you can see it as this means there's nothing, but suddenly when you put a nose, then there's a human, right?
Yes, exactly. When you put the eyes, forget the nose. When they put the glass eyes and it's watching you, You get into that opinionation. Wow, it so looks so real.
Yeah, someone watching me is itself is a different experience. I have
Yes,
observed that.
absolutely. So what they did in America, they a few years ago, they created sex dolls equivalent to real. And I was seeing one video and I was zapped. That girl looks so real. You really cannot make out that female is a robot. And Japan has even more performed it better. They have put them in the hotels. You cannot say the person whom you are talking to is non-human. But it is non-human, no life in that. But it is full of life. And the way she winks, the way she smiles, the way she talks to the client or to the people who have come there to book their rooms, the courtesy she shows, the extraordinary way of handshaking, gestures, is so perfect. Yes.
That's why in Japan, some people marry them.
Yes. So basically, in I think 2018 or 17, they had this in Las Vegas or somewhere. They had this show where people across the globe they brought in their toys, humanoid toys, both men and male and female. Out of that, many of them you couldn't even make out they're unreal, let alone anything else. So this mirage nature, perceivable problem, is the one hangs on to your life because you are in search of yourself. And you see this problem. What are we in search of? Self. Isn't it or not? Yes.
You were talking about this Bhuta.
Yeah, Bhuta.
Complete the.
Yeah. What is Bhuta? In real sense, if I were to use the word, English word, the nearest word I can say is that it has become. What has become is Bhuta. So Yatha Bhuta is what originally it was before that become. Now this has become Vilas. What was it before Vilas? Wait a second. Let me rewind back and see. Okay. Gandhabba. Okay, good. Next. What was in Gandhabba? Gandhabba, Kamma. Good, excellent. What else was there? Chitta, the light. Right. That is what is giving this mannequin life. Perfect. Okay, good, excellent. What's next? Food, ahara. Good, excellent. Okay, what next? Utu. Excellent. That is Yatha Bhuta. Vakantiya Sati Namarupa. Okay, so now this Gandhabba has no knowledge. That it will be called Vilas. Okay. Now what happens? Strangely so, that Jati Sanjati Vakanti Abhinibhatti Khandanam Patubhavo Ayatanam Patilabo is not seen. These stages are not seen. So the mother stomach has blown out of proportion. It's becoming big. And the mother starts to feel, I am having a child. How? On what basis are you perceiving you have a child? Did you insert anything inside there? No. Did anybody insert anything? Yeah, my husband, I can't open up and say that we had, we made love. So nobody says that I had sex because that's a very weird way of saying. But If you say, I made love, oh, you are good, what it means? This become, not becoming, become. Bhava is becoming, is closely related to bhuta. Only with the bhuta you can make something, otherwise you can't. So vibhuta is completely made of. Now what is completely made of? Indian, made of. Father, made of. Citizen of a country, made of. And then husband, made of. Son, made of. Neighbor, made of. Friend of so and so, made of. Enemy of so and so, made of. Everything is made of. It's not real. And all those are perceptions, which is mirage. Yes, Aryu. Sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
Sachin.
Why I ask you? Because there is a word called Vibhuti Sanni. So now come to that point.
I know that. I know why you are asking me this. That for Sunny I'm going to cover, but I did not purposefully cover on that day fully because you can't cover in theory. I wanted to take this nice Pena Pindupama Sutta and we can go as much as detailed as you want. So na Sunny, na Vibhuti Sunny. So now, not really made of. Not become.
They say Vibhuti Sanni means dead person. That's what.
What person?
A Sanni is someone who has gone into trance,
Correct.
like Brahma, realm.
Asanya. Asanni. Asanni. No,
Asanni.
it is
And,
Asanni. Yes.
Asanni. And Vibhuti Sanni means someone who is dead.
Yes. Right.
This both are wrong, right?
No, it's nothing to do with wrong, right. We will sort it out. Hold on for a second. Okay. Yes, sir. You raise a hand.
Yeah, I was just thinking because this sutta also talk about asara, right? There's no essence in that form. But let's say, taking your Gandhava example, the Gandhava seems to be the essence. So I think
Even in that, there is no essence. There is no essence. So we'll see.
Yeah. But it seemed like the experiencer, the vijnana, like that, it goes to that felt to be the essence of everything.
Yeah, that is where he says Maya Upamancha Vinyanam. We are yet to come to that. Hold on your seat.
Yeah. So keep this in your mind. Now come back to your interesting point. What you are saying is India is complete Vibhuti. Completely. So,
Yes.
So Sachin is not that much completely Vibhuti. Come to that point.
Now what happens here? Sanya Sanni is okay. Na Sanni is okay. Why? That means you are not perceiving. Of what? Vilas. Fair. What about Indian? What about you're in the state? What about father? What about son? What about neighbor? All relationship. Cut that out. It's not about vilas. Your dukkha is not with vilas. The dukkha is in the perception of the relationship. And that is the actual dukkha. That is where you are in search for. I want to be the good father. What? It's just a title. How can you become a good father? You were never a father. Hey, what are you talking? Excuse me, sir. Please use your words in a most appropriate sense. I know I am a father. Oh, is it? When did you become a father? When I got married. Sorry. Only when the child is born, you are designating it as a father. Were you a father when you were married? And the girl won't have married you if you were a father. So she will look at a virginity. Why? It's an unused product. So I can't say I was a father before marriage. Like she can't say I was a mother before marriage. Oh, great. Isn't that a concept? Or is it a real thing? If anything is a conceptual, it will die. So leave the sunny. So Buddha says, sanya nidana hi papancha sankha. Because you are going behind a mirage, you will not find that person. You will never find the husband. And the same way, you'll never find the wife. You will never find the son, nor you'll find the daughter, nor you'll find the company, nor you'll find an employee, nor you'll find an employer, nor you'll find a country, nor you'll find a continent, nor you'll find your state, nor you'll find your district, nor you'll find a road. Nothing you'll find. And neither you can say, I'm a Sunni. Okay, hell with it, I'm a Sunni. No, you are having the perception that these fools are having this view that they are Indians. But you are relieved from that. So how does an Arhat be in life? As you and me. But he doesn't have any Sunni. Come on. He should be having something as Arhat. Oh, if he thinks he's an Arhat, then he's back in Sunni. No, no Pisanni. So these four things are so deep that it will blow your imagination out. So without an example like Pena Pindupama Sutta, you cannot penetrate it. So now what you need to keep is those four terms what Buddha uses in the Kalaha Vivada Sutta, put it as mirage. And put all relationship under that. You put whatever you want. Including I am a Bhante. If I take it too seriously, it becomes a perception. Because that's a designation. It's not real. It has no reality. Because tomorrow, like somebody suggested me a few years ago, Vilas, I think the way you talk, the way you say, you should be anagarika. So I put under anagarika Vilas Kadiwal. Excellent. Am I an anagarika? Yes. Why? You have to define. What is anagarika? Anagarika is a person who has given up his home and he is working. He has a family. He is finishing his other obligation. Blah, blah, blah. Come on. Whom are you fooling? It's just a title. And for a title, you have a detailing, which is a description.
So if you say I am Anagarika, you are Vibhuti Sanni because there is no Bhut.
Yes, it is Vibhuti Sanni. The Vibhuta Sanni. That means I have not become Anagarika. So the Bhuta is become. I have this deep ingrained etching on the consciousness that it has become to be. And that's the reason Mahabhuta is a ghostly appearance of become. Isn't it a father, a ghostly appearance? See now, recently, few months back, Aryu became an American citizen. He was a Chinese national. Now he is an American citizen. will he find how much ever he search? Are you as an American citizen? He searches, forget others searching him. They'll give him one flag with 50 states, all in stars.
I'll get a tattoo.
What's that?
I'll get a tattoo. American
Ah,
flag.
yes, you can have a tattoo. Yes. So then 50 state flag. Excellent. Then he is to vouch. I, you, son of so and so, hereby in the presence of so and so, would like to solemnly take a oath that I will be working towards American blah 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 blah. And I'm proud American now, not just American. You can't be an American. You should be a proud American. How proud? I've become Vibhuta.
Because without the pride, you cannot be American.
Exactly, it's American pride. Why?
So if I say I am searching,
Yes.
because at least this body is there, this bhuta is there, so Sunni. But when I say I am Indian, this body is not Indian at all.
Exactly.
And that's why when I say I am Indian, as Indian, I am Vibhuti because there is no body now.
There's no booth. Yes. So you are dead. That you is dead, replaced by Indian. Like,
Second gone.
yeah, now it is, you're an Indian. You're not an Indian? Who on earth are you? Oh man, you should have a proud feeling that you're an Indian. Excuse me, 1 second. You are also eating, I'm also eating. You are also sleeping, I'm also sleeping. You are also feeding yourself, I'm also feeding myself. What Indian is supposed to do with that? Sir, I don't understand what you're trying to say. In this country, you should be a proud Indian, just like in other country, they're proud Americans. We are not proud of our ethnicity. We are not proud about our culture. We are not proud about the science and technology. But where is you in the first place? It's all we. Where on earth you went? We are Indians. Who is we? No, we have a society. Have you seen a society in your life? Have you seen? You might see a board, society. But what is society? Some people coming together for a common cause. But they are doing their own things. No, it is Uber society. Uber. I have heard about cab. What is this Uber? Oh, it's ultra rich. What do you mean ultra rich? Their net worth is $5 million and above. How much is yours? $30,000. You're a slum dweller. How on earth I'm a slum dweller? Because you is merged. It means you don't have an identity any longer, but you have got merged in the slum. So from today, unless you earn 5 million, which is the Uber class, you are lower class. But consciousness doesn't have an upper class, a middle class, a lower class, and this class and that class. But the mirage nature has. So, na sanna sanni, na visanna sanni, na asanni, nopi asanni is something to say that you are nothing to do with it. Because sanya nidanahi papancha sankha. Papancha is created like this. You are a father. Oh yes, I am a father. Oh, you are a brother. You have a brother? Is it? When did he become a brother? He was born with you. Don't you know that? Yeah, born. Born with me. How can he be born with me? After you were born, he was born. Or before you were born, he was born. So this he was born means he is past. Right? He's dead. That is replaced by brother. You see this fun of how the consciousness, which is vijnana, takes on a magician role to feed on to the sanya and make you exactly feel what you are at that very moment, because it is having a yoniso manasikara. So when I say I'm a father, then what happens? I have become a father, the bhuta. So somebody was asking me that, Vilas, if you become arhat, will you go out of your home? I wanted to say, already I don't have a home. So from which home will I go out to which home now? Anagarika means homeless. I already don't have home in my mind. So where will I run to another home?
He's talking about ayatana.
Okay, one. Two is that then you're saying that you have a wife. I said, who has a wife? You have a wife. But I don't have a wife. No, you have a wife. I said, no, I don't have a wife. Come on, you're telling lies. No, I'm telling the truth. I really don't have a wife. I have a person staying with me. That's true. Like if you come and stay with me, it's true. But I don't have a wife. Because there is no sanya of a wife. And that has gone away. Yes, I have a person staying with me. You call it whatever you want to call it. I don't have a wife. And excuse me, you have a son. I said, I don't have a son. I see that the person is there at your home. Yes, he is there. Absolutely is there. But he's a son. He's a son from what context you're talking about? He is a son born to me as per legal. But as far I am concerned, I don't have a sanni. So I don't have this sanni. I don't have vibhuta sanni. It's not that he's dead. In fact, I don't have where to be born and dying. Only if it is born, it dies. The relationship dies because it is born. If you didn't have a relationship, where it will be born or dead? So let's say I get divorced from my wife. Divorced from whom to whom? You're divorcing the relationship through a legal setup. But you never had it in the first place. You're just trying to make another sanni, another perception that from today we are friends. We are no longer husband and wife. You were never husband and wife in the first place. To get into an husband and wife, what do you mean to say? That means if you marry only the child will happen? No. Child can happen when you have a sexual intercourse. Simple as that. It's got nothing to do with marriage. And that sanni, where you say you are married, is the sanni which is dukkha. It is never a pleasurable experience because now you have to cater as a husband or cater as a wife, which you were never a husband nor a wife. You are just one human entity who have got nothing to do with it because the Gandhabba never chose to be a husband either or a wife either. It has just one indriya called as itti indriya. Looks like feminine. Who? Gandhabba, not that body. But the perception says to me that she is beautiful woman. So whatever beautiful, I need to possess. So this microphone looks beautiful, I need to possess. This camera looks beautiful, I need to possess. This laptop looks beautiful, I need to possess. So I will possess something which is having value. And that value is the sankha. In reality, nothing has any value. It's as a tuchya and asara. There's no essence. Essentially, there is no husband, wife, father, mother, sister, brother as a relationship, if you were to say. But if you were to give gratitude, that somebody has given you the birth, yes, you need to be respectful, you need to be doing all of that. So we shouldn't then get into a michya dikti, where says there's no father, there's no mother, like that. No, that is wrong. But this relationship of vibhuta is not true. Any questions before I move next? So perception we finished. Then we come to the next one. In Rupa, I have made one form like this, the soap bubbles, right? So this is soap bubble and I have made one mannequin like this. And since it is with eyes and ears and nose and tongue and beautiful body, the way it is to be sculpted, it is there. It looks hot. So if it looks hot, what I should do? Possess it. And that's exactly what Sankhara is. Everything in life you need to possess. A degree you need to possess. Schooling you need to possess. Job you need to possess. Wife you need to possess. Son or daughter you need to possess. House you need to possess. Everything has to be worked out, prepared to choose. You have to volitionally plan. All these words means about Sankhara. It's like, example, what he gives is a very crisp. Instead of doing all this confusion, says, go to a banana or a plantain where the plantain is growing and you look at the stem. Would you find a hard wood in that? Try it out. You will be able to peel one by one by one by one by one by one, and then ultimately there is no stem. Like an onion. Keep on peeling, the onion goes off. You will never find, like a beetroot, something hard in an onion. You would never find. So you keep on removing it as though something is going to come. So I keep on removing. I'm a father. I want to act like a father. I need to prepare this way. I need to do this. I need to be the best father in the world. And I need to get an award like Best Father Day. So you have Father Day, Mother Day, Brother Day, Sister Day, Independence Day, then this day, that day, Valentine Day. Only that day you can love a person, please. No other day. Easter Day, Foster Day, that day, this day, all days. So 365 days you can have each one. And that preparing for that, what are you doing? I'm preparing for Christmas. Oh, preparing for Christmas. Excellent. What do you prepare? You know what? We deck our homes. Deck. What is deck? I don't know. I don't think so. You have an English flair knowledge. Decking is beautifying. Oh, beautifying. But what is beautifying? Do you know the language in the first place? I say, no, I don't know. Please teach me. Beautifying is making something look good. That means it was bad in the first place. Then only you need to beautify it. So you can't beautify this face if it was beautiful from day one. Because it is not, you need to keep on beautifying it. So everything we are finding out here in this room is a sankhara. Because now somebody says, hey, you know what, that damn thing is irritating me. When I see your video, everything looks good, but that damn thing, what you're keeping in the backside, why don't you throw it out? Looks very weird. I mean, we don't like these things. Oh, is it? So now to prepare that to look something different. And that's the problem, because there is no sara in that. That damn thing, what is there, that lampshade, has no sara. It doesn't have any essence on its own. There's no ritta. Ritta means something substantial. There's nothing substantial about it. Aritta is substantial. Ritta kannenava, tuccha kannenava, asara kannenava. So there's nothing out there. But next week when you come, on this, there'll be a big Buddha thing. A painting is coming tomorrow. So that place where I put a Vajrayana thing, that will be replaced by a Buddha. So I will also have to place a camera in such a way that that whole thing shines and looks good. That's preparation. Or choices, volitional actions, or whatever we want to call that as in English. But that's sankhara. So for the rupa, there's a vedana. For the vedana, there's a sanya. For the sanya, there's a sankhara. Yes, Ari.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking this, both the explanation for all five talk about tucca and asara, and they seem to all be related to perception, right? The sanya is at the core of all.
Right. And that's the reason it is the sanya vedayita nirodha. It's not that I sit like this and after a few hours I go to the 8th jhana and while I got it, man, I'm now in the 9th. No. You lose the perception right here, right now. Not that you have to struggle with the breath will stop. Hold on, it's stopping. Today it's not stopping. I read that the breath will stop, but it's not stopping. So does that mean that I have gone down? I don't want to go to the Preta realm for sure. So am I Sotapanna or not? See, all of this is a perceiving problem. So you have to create sankharas. Aninjavi sankhara. Going into the jhanas. Punyabhi sankhara. Collecting punya, like the brownie points. And apunya sankhara. Nobody wants to do apunya, but you know what the situation demands. When I'm telling you, I didn't want to steal, but you know, they put on the board, steal the show. So I just went and stole it. And they put a word, peekaboo. Just peek. Okay, I'm peeking. Then they put prices on steel. Buy it. So it was Friday. And Fridays you have sale. Black sale. So the perception given is there's a black sale. The perception. You do sankhara for that black sale. Amazon does it in India. They say that independence sale. Prices crashed by 50%. So now sometimes the server also doesn't work. You want to order, it says next 2 minutes, 1 minute. 50 seconds, 30 seconds, you click buy, sold. Sorry, sir, that item is sold. Oh, shucks, I should have known it. I would have bought it. This crazy going into the mirage with Sankhar is tuchya and asara, because ultimately when the product comes, nothing you can experience. Like our friend Ashutosh gifted me a book. That book is there. I'm reading. Started to read. Yesterday it came. And that Amazon guy was saying to me that, look, I gave a call and it's going to this person who has ordered it. So why don't you talk to him? I told him that, yes, I'm talking to him. Sir, you can hand over the book to me. So unless I spoke to him, he did not give me the book, which is Sankhara, basically. And I'm laughing to my heart's content, but I can't laugh in front of that person. It looks very much disrespectful. So I brought that book, tore the outer cover, threw it. Now the book is there. It is still having a sar. But when I read the book completely, that book loses the sar. Will I read it again? No. So where does it land? From one bookshelf to another bookshelf. That's the problem with Sankhara. See, now this monitor, it's been 2 weeks since I purchased, and other things, asara. On that day it came, I was thinking about, oh shit, this is, how do I make this thing sit on my table? Because my table thickness is not big. So Ariu has asked me to buy this. I have bought it, and this is not fitting into it. So then I found a carpenter, and then he opened the backside and he did something. And then I put it inside, and then it was not fitting in. Then he said, we'll put a log and lock it. Then it locked. Then we said, wow, now it's done. Now you watch all these Sankharas. It's nothing. No essence in that. Absolutely no essence in that. So the Rupa, what I am seeing here as a monitor, has no essence. The Vedana, what I am getting over there, is of no essence. The Sanya, what I am getting as a monitor, is of no essence. The Sanya, what I need to get is LG, and then compare with Samsung, then compare with Sony, then compare with some other, and then only you get that Vibhuta Sanni. What if I remove that LG from that? It becomes Animitta. And once it becomes Animitta, you have touched anicca. Because this was giving you a false opinion that it is stable, dhruva, changeless, and all of that, permanent or whatever, constant or whatever we want to call that as, nitya. In the Paticca Samutpanna, it is giving me a nitya. Now that I have seen the dependent origination, it can't fool me. Because there is no avijja of the LG. So there is no sankhara. If there is no sankhara, there is no vinyana. If there is no vinyana, there is no namarupa. If there is no namarupa, there is no salayatana. There is no salayatana, there is no phassa. This I have come to know phassa. So when I see that LG, it doesn't register in me any sanya at all. So no papancha. And no sankha. That means there's no value. Wow, $438. Oh my God. I know what? I bought a monitor for $438. Come on. It just is a dumb piece. As dumb as I am. It's another dumb piece. It looks colorful. Absolutely fair. But by itself has no essence. Unless the mind gives value to it, which is ayoniso manasikara, nothing has an essence. So where should I cut it off? Two places. One place is the sanya, another place is vedana. The vipassana looked at vedana, but one step above is phassa. You cut at phassa, vedana, tanha, padana, bhava, jati, jara, marana, soka, paridev, upayasa, all gone.
So when you say Sankha, I think first time heard of Sankha is the value of Sanya. Means how heavy is the Sanya. For example, a manager, Sanya of manager is heavier than Sanya of worker. Like that.
Correct.
It's manager.
Yes.
And it's
Sankha,
worker.
Sankha in Pali and Sanskrit is to quantify, to number. Sankhya Yoga, Sankhya, right? Sankhya is Sankha in Pali. So when you say Sankhya, it is to numberize, to put a number to it.
So far I was having the impression that Sankhya means number and number means the multiple sanyas which are
No. You put
attracted by
value.
this sanya.
No, you put value to it. You make it look valuable.
Yeah, the friend circle of this sanya
Yes.
is the prapancha.
Yes, the papanch. Yes, Hariu. Go ahead.
I'm just thinking about the example of $100, right? Neither the hundred is the sanka, and the dollar is the perception.
Papancha.
So neither the dollar has any essence or this 100 has any real essence.
The papancha is a dollar. Papancha. The number 100 or 500 or whatever that is your sankha. So papancha sanya or sanya nidana hi papancha sankha. Without this sanya, there can't be a dollar nor the value of the dollar. What sanya? That dollar is a dollar in real sense. It is, you need to make it a bhuta just to become that. Then you will take it as a perception, just like this has become. This body has become. And since this body has become, only then I can have a sanya of a vilas. So after a few years, they have the body, but there is no consciousness, and hence, what happens? Vilas is dead.
So I was misguided by this pure Dhamma definition. Sun
Yeah.
means to add, Khaya means to reduce. And we have in all Indian language, Sankhya is always used word.
Correct.
Like 1, 2, 3, or what is the Sankhya? We want to, when we go into school, we are
Taught.
in first standard itself, we are taught Sankhya.
Yes, Sankhya.
But 1 to 9.
Correct.
So number. But this makes sense. Sankhya means value
Yes.
itself.
Yes.
Even when childhood, they are teaching us 1 banana, 2 banana.
Yes, exactly.
So from that time itself, teacher was telling me when he was saying 2 banana is 2, I was saying 2 banana. I was like, yeah, 2 banana I can eat.
Right.
So he was teaching me value then also.
Correct. Absolutely. That's how. See, the sanya in a children notebook or in a children book, they show apple. There's no apple. You keep on repeating in its ear, apple. This shape, apple. So it gets a sanya that when this color with this shape, that's the reason he says, yahi akarehi, yahi lingehi, yahi nimittehi, yahi uddeshehi. If you have, that is nama. So when you show him this apple, he sees no apple in that. He is reflecting the akara shape. He is reflecting the linga attributes, fruit. Then nimitta, this is the problem. He takes that whole thing, bhuta has happened. Then purpose. The purpose of that is what? to reflect back again and again. Yes, Ari, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like this papancha and then papancha sanya sanka. The sanka built upon the papancha. So if this dollar, let's say in Vilas example, it get like demonetized, and people will say this is trash, and then when it's
Exactly.
trash, not gonna count. This is 100 trash. This is 200 trash, right?
Yes.
Now
This
Sanka is
is
zero. Sanka is zero.
Because it lost the value. If you lost the value, your sanya is also lost. And hence is the mirage nature. And hence every sankhara is a waste because you wouldn't get it. You will not get that perception no matter how much you try to get the father, to get the brother, to get the husband, to get the son in you.
In that sense, Sankhara also means adding value.
Yes, ultimately it adds value to the perception. So when you say panchupadana khanda dukkha is not an individual, it is the rupa khanda, vedana khanda, sanya khanda, sankhara khanda and vijnana khanda taken together like a huge stem of a tree, and you're holding it tight and saying, this is me, man, this is me. Come on, what are you talking? Hey boss, that's a tree. Me. Don't disturb me like this. Please don't break my heart. Hey boss, nobody needs to break your heart. You are already dead when you were a child. No, I was a child. Sorry. I think you have gone too much into the spirituality. I have to tell your wife, if you were to go this way, you're going to lose your husband. She's already lost the husband with no husband. Right? So I don't have to go and divorce her. What's there to divorce? I can stay with her without doing anything to her. Meaning, no sexual, no sensual, nothing. Because there is nothing out there. What is there? Nothing. There is no thing. So why should I go and divorce? Why should I go and say that I'm a monk? And hence, my wife is no longer existing. I've run away into a monastery. I'm sitting there. Crap. You delete it from your mind, not physical. And there's one sutta. It's a beautiful sutta. Before I close it, there's one sutta where one person would have now become a deva. And then he comes back talking to Buddha. And he says, whole of my life, I have ran towards finding the loka. And I could find in 100 years, except for little bit of sleep, eating, and doing my natural things like urinating and all that, I have never stopped. And this is what the perception leads down to. And he asked the Buddha, how should I now do it? He says, Loka is lujjati. It disintegrates. Just watch the disintegration by itself. You drop the sankha. So all relationships have no value. And when they die, you cry because you set the value. You lost the value. So that's just like what Aryu said. In 2016, India went for devaluation of currency. So those people who had 1,000 rupee notes, 500 rupee notes, 7th of November 2016 night, they declared from 8th of November, this is invalid. It's a printed paper, heaps of it. So now you can take a bonfire of it. Why? Nobody takes it. From day one itself, it had no value. You did not have to give a title that today I'm demonetizing it. In the same way, you were never married from the day one to get a divorce. You're never married. You have agreed, but you are never married. You were never a father from day one. No Gandharva was a father. And no Gandharva was a brother. And no Gandharva was anyone. It just landed there. It happened to be there because of its karma. Not because it wanted to land there. Now having landed there, it is seeing so many things, so it's getting attracted and repelled, attract and repelled. So what Buddha Dhamma is teaching us is that go to your basic. Your basic is what? Gandharva. Stop the karma. Future karma. Yes, sir. Current, you can't do anything. Leave it. Remove the utu. The reason for your existence is because you have created the necessary condition, utu. Yes, sir, I have removed the condition. Excellent, excellent. Good job. Now you purify the chitta. But that will land you back in another existence. Don't give ahara. Ahara samudayo, rupa samudayo. Ahara nirodho, rupa nirodho. Finished. Nowhere it can exist as Gandharva. So you have cut out from the roots. That last section is Vijnana, which we will take it tomorrow. I only covered the first four. We are yet to cover the remaining part of that Pena Pindupama Sutta. Yes, Sachin, you are on mute. Not tomorrow,
When
Monday.
SN 12 or 20, not touch that.
Which one?
SN 12 or 20, you said?
This one. Pachaya Sutta. We're going to do that. So if we want to meet tomorrow, I'm okay with it. So we can continue on this and we can record it and we can upload it. I'm fine. 8:30 same time tomorrow we can meet. Are you all okay?
I'll have a son, but I'll be okay.
Okay. No worries. Okay. You can still have your son. So keep it. Okay. So if we all are meeting, I'm okay for it and we'll conclude this whole Pena Pindupama. And if time permits, we'll take the other one. That is Pachaya Sutta. And with that, you will remove the perception. And when the perception is removed, you know you have removed the perception. And with perception going, the feeling goes away. Feeling and perception goes away. You have touched the deathless. This is Nibbana. So if you want to go Nibbana, this is what it is. Na sanya sanni, na visanya sanni. No pasanni, vibhuta sanni. Okay. Right. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.